Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Carly, and we've been at Fellowship for 3 years.
My family was never a regular attender to church. It would be like Christmas and Easter. In high school, I started getting involved in church because there was a girl. That didn't end up working out, so that was kind of like the start of the downfall. I was really mad at God. I was going to church thinking I was praying all the right things, but really I was just idolizing this girl here. So yeah, during that time, after high school, start of college was the lowest point of my life. I was just completely giving myself to shameful acts. I remember talking to one of my friends. He was like the only outspoken Christian in my life. He was the only one out of everybody I shared with that was like, I'd be really careful about what you're saying. And it wasn't a threat, and it wasn't condescending. It was just like an unspoken understanding, like, I know what he stands for, even if his life doesn't reflect that. I know what he truly believes, and he's the only person who actually looked me in my eyes and said, hey, this really isn't what you should be doing. From that point on, my life just completely turned upside down.
Growing up in the Catholic faith, I went to church every Sunday, was raised in the church, got to college, and wasn't really going to church that much. So throughout college, was partying, just drinking a lot. I broke up with my boyfriend, which caused me to have really bad anxiety. I would have panic attacks at night. And the only thing that would get me through that was praying. I feel like that was a point in my life where maybe God was starting to pull me to him, but I wasn't realizing it at the time. That's when I started dating Jake. Jake and I met in college. We're in the same degree, and
she was obsessed with me.
Our relationship before Christ was completely different than what it is now.
We finally decided together that we want to change our lifestyle.
Beginning of 2022 is when we started coming back to Christ, and he asked me if I wanted to pursue that with him. So yeah, we found Fellowship in August of 2022.
Being a part of Fellowship Denver has impacted our marriage, namely having that community aspect with other married couples who have been following Jesus together, that love for Christ just overflowing into their marriage, to see it tangibly, how it looks to love Jesus and love your spouse.
Yeah, community is something that has been a great thing through Fellowship that's brought us together.
So following Jesus was the hardest decision I ever made, but my only regret is not doing it sooner. And seeing that flow into our marriage has been just amazing.
I'm Carly.
I'm Jake.
And I am one more.
And I am one more.